There are three pressing global challenges: the climate emergency, the loss of nature, and growing inequality. Each of them, on its own, can endanger the safe operating space for humanity, as science is telling us, but also the license to operate for business. Energy needs to decarbonize, materials need to go circular, food needs to be produced sustainably and equitably, and provide healthy diets. And therefore, the concept of system transformation is now crucial. It's time to transform. It's time to think systems. It's time to create true value now.
Renaissance man Leonardo da Vinci has inspired the Leonardo Center. The Renaissance changed the world in just about every way we can think of. The coming together of art, philosophy, and science collectively pushed the boundaries for what seemed to be possible. Now we need a new Renaissance to help us make sense of rapidly changing world and our role in it. The Leonardo Center will provide a strong platform for combining business experience and scientific research in the search of this new logic of enterprise.
Quite simply, we envision a world where this new form of business enterprise has not only emerged, but has diffused throughout countries and sectors.
The research center has been conceived to enable the internal transformation, but also the collaboration between every stakeholders within the ecosystems. Businesses, investors, policymakers, civil society, everybody has to transform itself.
Currently and historically, the way we have done business research is completely different. We go in and study essentially what companies have already done. We analyze data related to the past actions, right? In an experimental logic, it's completely different because it's about future actions, right? And it's about designing interventions in a scientifically rigorous way so that we can actually understand what are the type of interventions, changes that actually work or don't. And then we understand why certain things work and others don't, under what conditions. The data lab is the combination of a number of research activities that have to do with understanding how companies have responded over the years to the pressures that they had in order to become more responsible and better citizens.
With machine learning, AI, big data, we are able to crawl sustainability reports globally. We are able to identify the actions that are already being deployed by companies, and we are able to classify it. And so through these analyses, we are able to identify strategies of companies, how they are, how they evolve, but most of all, what they could be, what they should be to maximize economic and non-economic value. The Enterprise Lab is conceived to help companies transition towards these sustainable and inclusive logics. So to deploy throughout all the organizational areas, so in governance, in strategy, in innovation, in supply chain, in incentive systems, these stakeholder perspective. The Leadership Lab is conceived to nurture a new generation of leaders capable of driving the transformation of their own organization. We know which are the leadership traits: long-term thinking, stakeholder integration, disruptive innovation, capacity to cooperate and to co-create new ideas. What we don't know is how to do it, which are the most effective interventions. What we test is then the effectiveness and the capacity to scale and diffuse within the organization these leadership traits. Societal challenges need to have a collaboration from multiple stakeholders. So systemic labs are collaborative platforms where committed leaders willing to drive systemic change in collaboration with other stakeholders can identify challenges and try to find solutions to tackle these challenges.
The fact that this centre envisions a new type of business, one that operates on the basis of a new logic of enterprise that aims to create just, fair and inclusive economic development within planetary boundaries and rewards all its key stakeholders for their contribution to human, social, financial and natural capital, that's at the core of the issue. So the vision is absolutely spot on.
Every part of the organisation has a role to play and a contribution to bring. We have a lot to do and important challenges ahead of us, but we know we can do more as a company to help tackle some of the toughest 21st century challenges. And as we execute this strategy, we will need platforms such as the Leonardo Center to think about how to be bold and bring new ideas, how to create new platforms for exchange for all stakeholders and hold businesses accountable for their efforts.
With its research, its thought leadership, the Center will advance the understanding and adoption of the best practices in sustainable business, helping leaders to ensure that their organizations combine high financial performance with this positive impact on society.
I look forward to engaging with your output and to supporting the work as we collectively embark on a more stakeholder-oriented model of business to solve society's broader and common problems.